Hi, I'm Catherine from the Library Service.
I'm Oliver from the Early Years team.
I'm Simon from Family Learning.
I'm Lindsay, I'm from the Home Learning team.
And I'm Beth from the Library Service at Norfolk County Council.
In this video, we'll be sharing 10 fun activities for you to try at home with your child to help prepare them for primary school.
Practice is essential for counting. Counting will help your child to understand that numbers relate to real-life objects and also their memory to help them understand the order in which things go in. There are many ways you can count together every day. When you go shopping, count the number of apples you get. Count the number of stones that you pass by on your way up the front door. The more you practice and get your child familiar with counting and the rhythm of numbers, the stronger the foundation they'll have for doing math when they go to school.
Numbers are all around us. When you're out and about with your child, try looking for numbers. Perhaps they're on doors, on buses, or on street signs. Being able to recognise numbers is a really key skill for children, as numeracy makes up a large part of the curriculum in schools.
Sorting activities can be used to help your child categorise different items whilst also recognising the differences and similarities between them. You can try and sort items together based on their size, colour, shape or noise. One fun activity you can do is to lay out different coloured items on the floor whilst placing some in a bag. Then together, take an item from the bag and see if your child can match it to the colour on the floor. Whilst you do this, you can talk about any differences or similarities that they can see.
If you walk into any primary school classroom, you're guaranteed to see a number line. A number line is just a set of numbers laid out in order. Perhaps they're hung up on a piece of string or just stuck to the wall. To get your child used to using number lines, perhaps you could try making one at home. Get your washing line and some pegs and peg the numbers 1 to 10 up in order. Maybe you could start at 1 to 5 if your child's quite young. Then try collecting some items that relate to these numbers. Perhaps you could find 2 socks or 4 cars.
How about a chemistry experiment at home? You could combine different liquids like oil and water and see where they sit when you pour them in together. You can drop different toys in and see where the different objects sit in that tower too. If you don't want to do that, you could just try a bath. Drop some clean toys into the bath and ask your child to predict whether they'll float on the top of the water or sink to the bottom. This prediction is a key skill for maths in reception.
Beginning to have an idea of how time works is a really useful skill for your child to have at school. There are lots of great ways you can start introducing concepts of time in the way you talk. After lunch we're going to the park. This morning we're going to the zoo. You can also start to have games where you talk about using time as a way to race. So for instance, set a timer on your phone and how many dinosaur toys can you pick up in 30 seconds.
Children will be working with numbers a lot at school, so being able to recognise them and getting them confident using them is a really important skill. To start with, write the numbers 1 to 5 on paper, card, or even paint them on stone, and then hide them around your home and garden. Then, see if your child can find them. Once they've found them, you can see if they can place them in order from 1 to 5, and you can expand the activity by increasing the digits from 0 to 10.
When we think about mathematics or numeracy, we often think about numbers. But one of the things that's really helpful for your child to know is some of the mathematical language they're going to use. For example, words about size, shape. If you go out for a walk and you can pick up stones or pine cones or sticks, children love to pick up things when they're on their walk, and then you can talk about them. This one's tall, thin, long. This one's shorter, fatter, wider. All those words will come into play when they do maths at school.
Symmetry comes up a lot at school, in maths, art and in other subjects. A simple and fun way to both explain and illustrate symmetry to a child is to create butterfly pictures. First, draw the outline of a butterfly on a piece of paper, then fold it in half down the middle. Then have your child paint a pattern on one side of the butterfly, being as creative as they like. Then, before the paint dries, fold it back over and have your child squish it flat. When they open it up, they should see a perfect symmetrical butterfly. You can then talk to them about where else they may see symmetry.
Counting songs are a great way for your child to help learn their different numbers and to understand and recognise the patterns that counting takes. There are lots of options. You can sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Once I Caught a Fish Alive, 5 Little Ducks, 10 Little Monkeys. If you aren't familiar with any of these songs, you can find them on YouTube or on lots of videos online. A great thing to do though to help with the numbers is to have objects to represent them, or just use your fingers.
We hope you have fun trying out these activities. For more information, you can check out Norfolk County Council's website.